kind of redress process is now underway, or is there nothing? And if there's nothing, why is there nothing? Thank you.
بالنسبة لعدم خروجي من معتقل غوانتنامو طوال هذه الفترة رغم أنهم يعتقدوا بأنني الشخص الخطر الذي تم إلقاء القبض عليه.
As for what you mentioned about me spending 6.5 years, although they confessed that I was in prison by mistake,
أعتقد أن الإدارة الأمريكية لا تريد أن يخرج شخص من معتقل غوانتنامو ويسرد الحقائق المريرة التي عاشها المعتقلون في تلك الفترة.
I believe that the American administration does not want people to go out of Guantanamo Bay and talk to the world about what they suffered in that prison.
وعندما كثر عليهم الضغط من قبل قناة الجزيرة ومن قبل الإعلاميين والأحرار من منظمات إنسانية ومنظمات حقوقية.
But when the pressure on the American administration increased from Al Jazeera, from other human rights groups, they decided to release me.
You repeat, I did not understand that.
عندما كثر الضغط من قبل قناة الجزيرة والإعلام الحر.
When the pressure increased on the American administration from Al Jazeera channel and other human rights organizations, only then American administration decided to release me from prison.
Okay, have you been compensated? The question was, have you been given anything for your 6 years imprisonment? Have you been compensated in some monetary forms or some other forms?
The American doesn't charge me and doesn't say for me you are wrong, and they doesn't say for me anything. But I respect my channel, Jazeera, and the other people who like other people work in media and other people work in human rights. And also I respect the lawyer who defends my case. And also I respect many American people who are against our detainees.
Mr. Sami Al-Hajj, we are aware of the tremendous courage that you have exhibited in your presentation. I wanted to focus on something, again, which I think is crucial and quite specific. Your position is different to many other detainees who were kidnapped and picked up and who were civilians. You were exercising your profession as a journalist in the war theater. You were, if I understand correctly, you were not what the mainstream media and the military call embedded. You were there to seek the truth and establish the facts of what was happening. My question is, was there any indication on your part during your detention or during interrogations that you were being held and detained with a view to suppressing the role that you perform as a media reporter committed to honest journalism? Was that a consideration? Because there have been many journalists who have been targeted, and we've documented those. But this, in a sense, is a rather particular case, and I'd like your your opinion on this matter.
On November 2001, American destroyed our office in Al Jazeera office in Kabul. In 2003, April, American killed our correspondent in Baghdad, Harvey. And our correspondent, Taysir Al-Loni, now are arrested in Spain, and behind that USA, the administration of USA. And USA, before 2 months, they asked our managers of Al Jazeera to open a new page with Al Jazeera. That saying American doesn't like Al Jazeera. I mean the government of America. I don't mean the people of America. And I think, but I believe that the administration of Bush, they doesn't want the people to know the fact, the truth. They doesn't want to show how they kill the innocent people, how they kill the children in Afghanistan and in Iraq and other places. For this reason, they doesn't like it in Jazeera. And I think you hear that Bush, he talked to Tony Blair in London, that he think to bombing Al Jazeera, the main station in Doha.
I in fact was seeking a more precise answer to the question.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, can I interject here, if I may? And I'm not trying to interrupt Professor Michel. It is established legal principle that only an expert can give evidence of opinion evidence. An ordinary witness cannot proffer opinion evidence. Is if at all that line, if we want to establish that conclusion, it is for legal counsel, for the prosecution to establish that, to other evidence to be tendered before the tribunal. At this stage, the purpose of this witness and all the other witnesses here is to testify how they were tortured. Nothing more, nothing less. It is unfair. I'm not trying to say to the professor this is unfair, but the legal procedure is such that we didn't pose these questions to a witness. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, Mr. Matthias, I do appreciate your point. I've been trying to make that point to my commissioners also. In asking or seeking clarifications, please confine yourself to the evidence and more specifically to what has been said in the statutory declaration, because I think if you are seeking opinions from the witnesses, it's going to delay the proceedings for one, and I don't think they are in a position, in most cases, to come up with an opinion. Of course, if they were to give opinions, it is not evidence for us to consider in our report to the prosecution team. So may I request the commissioners to confine the questions to matters of fact or evidence arising from the statutory declarations of the victims.
But, Mr. Chairman, this is a matter of fact, because what I would like to establish through this question is whether the interrogators and the torturers had any particular treatment because Mr. Sami is a journalist, and because he is a journalist associated with the independent media. That is very important. Now, if he had been associated with the BBC or CNN, maybe the treatment would have been different. But that is the question. It's very concrete. Is the evidence it's the record of the pains and suffering that you have experienced. Was that in any way related to the fact that you were there to convey the truth once you were released through the channels of network television and printed press?
I'll allow that question.